everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm not in my usual spot and I don't know if you can tell, but it's snowing outside, so I thought this would be the perfect environment to film this in. I am currently in Copenhagen. This is I'm saying our because my boyfriend is here with me, but it's my birthday celebration trip. So we took a little city break in Copenhagen, but there's another vlog coming for that, so that's not the purpose of today's vlog. Today's video is about 25 things I learned in 25 years. The day I'm filming it is currently my birthday, so today I'm turning 25, and it's crazy to think that I am 25. It's just mind-blowing. But I want to share with you 25 things that I learned in 25 years. I always loved this kind of videos, so I thought why not make one myself. So let's go! You will always say you looked better 5 years ago, 2 years ago, but never in the present moment. Just appreciate your body for what it is and always be grateful for what it does for you every single day. Childhood friends are rarely forever, and growing apart is sad and heartbreaking. Let people go, but always keep them in your heart because they were by your side in a very, very important part of your life. You don't need a lot of friends, just a couple of really true people around you. I can't deal with high maintenance relationships. I work, I have routines, I am busy, and sometimes I just forget to text back for a couple of days or even longer than that. So having a super low maintenance relationship when you can just call and text each other whenever you have time and not have the other person get mad on that is just perfect for me. Life is what you make of it. Don't be sad. Just take action and turn your life into what you actually want it to be. Instead of thinking that you're not where you want to be in life, sit down, make an action plan, and start working on your ideal life. You'll get there much, much faster than sitting and reminiscing about what it might be. Your mental health and well-being deserves all the work in the world. Go to therapy earlier. Don't wait until there's a bigger problem to solve. Going to therapy, I think, should be just classified as a necessity, not as something that you go to when you have a problem. And I think therapy is really, really healthy, especially as just a place to vent, to let it all out, not be judged for whatever you want to say, and then move on with your life as a much, much freer and calmer and emptier person without having all these rushing thoughts in your head and nowhere to let them all out. Moving out early from home is going to shape you into a much independent person and make you more mature. It won't be easy, but it will just make sure that you have full control over your life, from something as simple as doing your own grocery shopping and going to bed at whatever time you want and waking up at whatever time you want and not having to think about anyone's schedule other than your own, to something more complex such as planning your life, planning your actions, planning your trips, and just having that responsibility, full responsibility over yourself, that will just make you so much more confident. At the same time, moving abroad for me was very much eye-opening. You get to discover yourself more than what you were used to be and what you used to do in the past. You get out of your comfort zone and you have to reset every single thing that you're doing, from the time you wake up to your commute to what you're gonna eat to where you're gonna shop. Everything just gives you a reset, and it makes you think that maybe you were doing some things just out of the comfort that it offers you and not because they're actually serving you. New Year's resolutions don't work unless you do. I love making New Year's resolutions, and it does give me that extra bit of motivation when the New Year's start. But unless you have an action plan on how you're gonna get there, a vision board on its own is not gonna make it happen. In the end, the person that is going to stick around forever is you. You might lose friendships, you might lose romantic relationships, but don't ever lose yourself. If you don't love yourself, it's gonna be very, very difficult to love others and for others to also love you. Hosting people makes me really happy. As much as an introvert as I am, I love having people over and cooking for them and getting the house ready and just seeing the joy on their faces when everything is really, really nice and pretty. I might be a grandma at heart because of this, but it really does give me such great joy. I love cooking as well, making something from scratch, making something delicious out of a few ingredients. It's such a joy for me. Being an introvert is not a disadvantage. I used to think that I was not going to get far in life because I was an introvert and I couldn't really open a lot of doors for myself. People who are willing to see the real you and listen to you and see your capabilities and see your potential for growth, they're gonna let you grow and they're gonna give you the opportunities that you need and you deserve. Hard work speaks for itself, even if you are an introvert. Trust in yourself. If you don't trust in yourself, it's gonna be harder for you to sell yourself. I always learned how to sell myself. It was never improvised. It was always a few very well rehearsed phrases, but I made them sound like they were improvised. I often even purposely mistaken so that it looks like I'm looking for my words and it looks like I'm improvising, but all the speech was very well embedded in my head. If that works for you, if it's hard for you to improvise, just do that. Play to your advantages and learn how to sell yourself and sell your skill set. Everyone can have sex, few people can have a connection. Finding my person in my teenage years helped me have some sort of comfort that allowed me to really grow without having to think about what others might think of me and what my partner might think of me. Traveling is the ultimate growth path. I never came back from a holiday the same person as I was before I went. And I'm not talking resorts or beach holidays, I'm talking real exploration, seeing a new culture, seeing new and meeting new locals, eating local food, exploring places you never even knew existed. The world is so big and so beautiful. Make as many sustainability switches as you can. I know this might sound selfish, but it makes me feel really good when I'm doing something good for the planet. I shop secondhand, I grow my own food in the summer when I can, I try to buy less plastic. I know it's just minimal things, but these minimal things are so easy to switch and make the better option and the better choice. Read more. Even the books that I didn't particularly enjoy brought me so much knowledge and so much happiness. Reading is the best form of education. Of course, non-fiction, because that was the purpose why they were created, but also fiction books as well, because they let you live your life or someone else's life through their lens, to their approach to their world, and seeing how they react, how they see life, and how they make mistakes or learn through these mistakes without you having to actually go through the same path in order to learn. Don't do what's cool, do what's best for you. An example I have for this is when I moved from London to Milton Keynes. Everyone else was in London and London was the place to be. I knew that London was not the place for me, so I tried to look for something else and I never regretted it. I never looked back. Sure, every city has its ups and downs, every town, but you have to choose what's good for you, not just what's cool in general. The true realization of death is very hard and very difficult. Losing people at any age, no matter what age you are, is very difficult to process, especially if you don't know why it happened. Being active is the recipe for being young. I only found out this year, but it's never too late. I knew this always, obviously everyone knows this, but I never took any action for this. And this year I started working out, I started taking better care for myself, investing in my health, and I've felt the best I've felt so far, and I'm only planning to do this going forward. Some people are simply going to walk out of your life and there's not much you can do about it. Sure, you can fight for it, you can fight for them, you can fight for the relationship, but in some cases you're just avoiding the inevitable. This hurts a lot, especially when you don't understand why, when you're thinking about why you're not a good enough friend for them, when you're thinking about what you did wrong. But sometimes you just have to take a step back and simply allow other people to take the decision that they think is best for them, even if that means removing yourself from their life. If they thought you're not meant to be in their life anymore, no matter the reason, even without them giving you a warning or a reason, you need to allow them to make that choice for themselves. Try not to overthink every single thing that you or others say or make. Sometimes life happens just because, without any reason. And sometimes I find myself overthinking words or phrases or something that I did or something that I said days, weeks, even sometimes years ago, which is not helpful. Just be yourself. I've always kind of had this persona that I presented to the outside world and to other people, mostly because I was an introvert, but partly because I thought people might not like the real me. The real me is not that person that has good grades, is an overachiever, has lots of friends, is always well organized, and has her life planned out. The real me is messy, is real, sometimes even chaotic. The real me is anxious, the real me has a lot of doubt, and I really want to present that real me from now on going forward to everyone, because if they will want me as a friend and if they like me, they should like me and get to know me, the real me. I want to start living as an imperfect human being and appreciate and accepting all my flaws. 25 is young. I always thought when I was young, like little, that by 25 I would have my life figured out. I'd have kids, I'd have a marriage, I'd have a house, I'd have a career. I would be like, that's it. But 25 is so young. Such a weird age as well. Some people are married with kids, some people are still in school, some people still live with their parents. There's some people still trying to figure it out, and I think that's perfectly fine. It's an age where you're still discovering yourself, and I believe at every age you're still gonna find something new about yourself anyways. The most important thing is that you are on your own path and you decide what that path is going to be like, no one else. Be happy, make mistakes, grow. We only have one life, and when you put that into perspective, our lives are very short. So just enjoy yourself, be happy and make memories, and really be present in every single moment of your life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you find some of these things useful. These are things that I wish I knew sooner, but these are also things that I couldn't have known sooner. Sometimes you have to go through experiences to make sure that you learned the lesson, and that is the hard way. It's not easy. Life's not easy.